months ago, you brought us a report on puppy farms, and tonight we're taking another look at the issue. Yeah, we wanted to revisit the issue a year on and actually see what had really changed. And what we found was pretty confronting, and just a warning that viewers may find some of these images upsetting.
I heard a horrific scream for my name, and I went to where that scream was and couldn't believe what I saw.
Oh my God! What is wrong with this? We found dying dogs. We had to remove them. We rang the police and said we were removing the dogs immediately and taking them to the vet, and they unfortunately had to be euthanised straight away.
In May, animal activists Deborah Tranter and Trish Burke filmed inside this puppy farm in country Victoria. 2 Labrador pups were found to have suffered brain damage from starvation. The breeder still hasn't been charged.
Every puppy farm I've been on this last 12 months has not complied with the current legislation. There's been horrendous cruelty.
This year in Victoria, the state government gave new powers to the RSPCA to inspect properties and charge breeders who breach the code of practice. But so far, it's done little to stop the cruelty.
We have to be able to prove cruelty. So while it might appear to be cruel from the community standard, under the law, that's not necessarily the case.
Maria Mercurio, CEO of RSPCA Victoria, says they don't have the resources to properly enforce the law. And, as a result, rogue breeders are being let off the hook.
We will never have enough inspectors. If we doubled the number, it wouldn't be enough. If we tripled the number, it still wouldn't be enough. But we do the best we can with what we have.
Remember Hope and Faith? They were rescued from a puppy factory last year by Trish Burke. Sadly, Hope passed away, but Faith is doing well, learning to be a dog again after years spent locked in a cage.
As time progressed and we showed her love and care, and she's flourished. She really has.
The stories of success are what keeps them going. Like little Oscar, the dog who drew thousands at protests in Sydney and Melbourne over the weekend. Oscar was a stud breeder, discovered by Deborah Tranter at a puppy factory 18 months ago.
You can see the size of the mats on this dog, and it's just solid, matted hair. It's disgusting.
After rescuing Oscar from the cruel conditions, it was Deborah who was charged for theft, and Oscar was returned to the puppy farmer.
I really thought that I had failed this little dog, and I was just deeply in grief, I guess.
Establishing Oscar's law, she resolved to put an end to the factory farming of puppies. And now she even has Oscar back.
It's a wonderful thing to see these dogs out of these sheds and learning just how to be a dog and a loved companion.
Oscar has become a symbol of hope and a reminder of why this cruel trade must end.
It's wonderful that Oscar is home, but there are still thousands of dogs just like Oscar stuck in these sheds.
It's never ending, and it needs to end. Should be begging you and our government to abolish these farms.
It's very disturbing. Why isn't more being done?
I guess the issue is that there's some quite strong lobby groups that are trying to protect these practices because a lot of these puppies end up in pet stores, for example. Plus, the legislation, it's quite weak on this topic because those puppy farmers aren't committing an act of cruelty if they provide these dogs with food, water and shelter.
But they're not. They're clearly not providing enough food and water.
Well, the food might look poor, but it's still food. So that's where the rules are so weak. We need to get legislation to ban these large-scale practices.
Well, how do you stop people buying puppies from these rogue farms?
What I'd actually like to see is, you know how you have the Heart Foundation tick of approval? I'd love to see the RSPCA tick of approval on puppies. So they actually inspect these premises, make sure the breeders are legitimate, and if they are right, they get the tick and they're OK.
Great idea.
I think when you spend that amount of money on a puppy, you deserve that assurance.
Listen to Brownie. That's what they should be doing.
And big thanks to Trish and Deborah for all the work that they do.